And back again. And apparently I'm just starting all episodes staring at this clock now. Probably ought to do something different sometime. I have in fact moved since I was last here. A bit. For one thing, I thought about what I said last time at the very end, that it would take me like all of 2 minutes to get the eggs together to make horses. That was an underestimation. I not only had to clear out all of the wheat that I had growing there, but then I had to burn through like 6 or 8 stacks of bone meal on this to get enough wheat together to do an egg. On the bright side, I burned up some bone meal, so now I have a bit of free space and no bones. I used them all. No, I probably didn't. I didn't go this far. Well, alright, but the point is, it took a bunch of wheat, because wheat, a cube of wheat, of course, is 9 individual units of wheat, so it takes a bit more than, it basically takes 3 times as much to get a cube of wheat as it takes to get bread. And it did in fact take a little while back when I was saving up for villagers to get 2 stacks of bread together to get the initial 2 eggs to get a breedable pair. And on that point, I really don't want to get a whole nother stack of bundle. What the hell was that stuff called? It's probably a hay bale or something in it. Yeah. That would take a bit. So, what I'm thinking is I should have, I probably ought to have this, maybe ready. Let me check. Yeah, I can revert that to pigs. Oh, something else I was thinking about. I mentioned it a few episodes ago. I could, in fact, start up the chickenator. I don't know if I mentioned the part where I tried that. And you can't actually do it in an episode. The number of eggs I have waiting to be thrown out, and, you know, that whole thing is full. There's eggs spinning up there because they have nowhere to go. If it were just a bunch of chickens, it would take about 20 minutes for them to all grow up. But lobbing all of those eggs out itself takes more than half an hour, so I'm just pretending I can get these things out of my way. It's probably not going to work overall. Throw this in here and get some horses. And then I can, revert to, I assume they'll, I can revert to pigs here in a minute. In fact, I probably ought to have that ready-ish. It doesn't matter that much. But I'll put it here so I have it on me. So yeah, as far as running the chickenator, well, I technically only need 2 horses to do what I'm gonna do, whatever I'm gonna do. Oh, I need other things, actually. I wonder if they'll like, if I put ocelots in there, they evaporate if I go away. Kinda wonder if that's likely to happen here. I could probably use, I think I get 2 for one of these. I could be wrong about that. If I'm wrong, I know where I was when I was wrong. I can go back. Just want to see what happened to the horses. I recognize that one. And alright, so I have 2 horses now. I can't quite guess why I'm only... It's like the Move. Ones I don't particularly like. There's one. No, he's... I just kind of want like a black... When I was a kid, I had a black Arabian. Big, massive. I mean, it's... Now that I'm not a kid, I'm 6.5 feet tall, and that thing would still be taller than I am. I am not too used to things being taller than I am. Like, if I'm lucky, door frames are taller than I am. Alright, yeah, so I kind of want another black Arabian, that'd be cool. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. I suppose I'm full on anywhere to put this. Don't remember seeing whether... I just happen to have any small amount of string stacking up anywhere. Probably in the... I missed. So... Yeah, if it were up to me, and I suppose over time it is. What? Do something. Ugh. I'd rather have a big black... I don't care how fast it is, because I'm not really going to ride it around him. I guess I could, though. I mean, it is getting lengthy to run from here to the house if I set up a couple of... whatever the hell. Horse posts. What are those things called? Anything? Are they just horse posts? They probably are. That was at a time in American history where things got really literal names. Watering hole, and damn it. Still nothing truly black. Well, apparently I need to, well, it takes a little more to kill, huh? Oh, you don't get meat from these. I might as well use this. Why would I get meat from these? That would be creepy. And I assume I don't get leather from the... whatever the hell... foals or something, whatever small horses are called. Not all that big of horses. If it were reptiles, I could tell you what they're called. Go away. Not black, not black. Black horses matter. Come on, give me something. That's a lot of leather. Maybe, I don't think I got any from the more. Wait, do I? I don't have anything special. Well, I have special stuff. I don't have... There's nothing like looting. So I shouldn't be getting more leather than average, really. Huh, maybe they just give you a lot. I don't typically wander through the game killing horses. This, I think it's just going in here. Yeah, I never fixed that, did I? Well, there's lots of leather. Oh, incidentally, because occasionally sheep get out and I don't want to deal with it, I had a stack of mutton ready to go, so when this runs out, I'll just have that. Okay, more horses. Get up. You are hideous. You are not what I want. Didn't I just kill you? Okay, well this could go on for a while, I suppose. Apart from harvesting lots and lots of wheat, I went downstairs, literally down the stairs, and filled in. My Keurig came on. Just sitting there heating the water in case I want coffee this week. I still got the snow machine here, if you're wondering where I am. I went in and filled out the floor, and I kind of like, and that's in the way, but maybe I can dress it up to look like something it's not. I kind of like the whole cinder block look for, you know, a basement. And then I've got a kind of a starter set staircase here if I want to go down another and do this again. And on that note, I'm thinking the lighting in here was kind of tricky to work out. Initially, I just filled in the cinder blocks, and these corners were now they're at 9. They dropped to like 6 because the closest light source was diagonally 5 or 6 meters. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5 meters away. So I just threw these in, which look a little weird, but they work. They do their job, and I don't know, I guess I'm okay with it. It kind of looks, it almost looks like someone, you know, designed an airliner out of cinder blocks. Like they're supposed to be windows or something, I don't know. But about these, I'm thinking this is a double floor. So, for better or worse, you know, there's this floor with carpet on it. And then there's a second floor beneath that. So, well, any given, well, 1 in 25 of these is a light source, is a sea lantern. There's no lights in the ceiling down here. And that's okay. And they don't really have to be, but I think going further, technically I could, no, I don't want to do that. I was thinking I could take out the suspended ceiling in here that doesn't need to be here, but A, there's this going on, and B, any, if I bury anything in the floor, like I don't know if I would do that. I guess this is actually not in the floor. I don't want it being visible from beneath, and you can't do carpet on the ceiling. You can't do it the other way around, so. Oh, so what I'm thinking is, if I can figure out where I can put those, I could probably just, you know, let me start over here to, well, wait, no, I have enough. I could probably take these out, put these in, and as a result, I should have lights that not only are in the floor, which is at least as acceptable as the torches are. Probably would have made more sense if I had enough built on the next level down to be a floor. Well, now I'm just not getting these things. That's fun. Oops. There's actually one kind of here, which I guess is going to be easiest to get from this angle. So, now, the lights that are in the floor up there and lighting up the room are also down here lighting up this room. In fact, if I want to do it this way, that means every other floor can be without any lights, in terms of construction. Which would save some, on the one hand, it uses sea lanterns instead of torches, so I'm necessarily using sea lanterns, which I don't necessarily have to use. But on the other, if I'm going to use sea lanterns, and I do kind of like them, then, you know, I don't have to use that many per, well, I have to use that many per floor, but only once. And then the next one down will be, like here, I don't need this torch here anymore, I don't think. If it's 14 now, it's 11 now. You know what, I could be wrong about that. I don't have enough floor down here to be sure. Well, let's find out before I make any real decisions on this. 45-0. 9. That's right on the edge of where I want to be. What I don't know for sure is what happens if I'm in the middle. Um, 8. And then of course nothing can spawn because it's just air, but I might be wrong. I might have to actually have, I don't have any wood. Obviously not what I want. Yeah, I don't want to use the dark oak in here. This might be an argument for horses. Do I have any, by the way? I haven't been close enough to trigger this. Horse trigger. I don't wonder if there's anyone left who will get that. Oh, right, downstairs. Alright, so this being filled in. And nightfall happening. Light is 7 is unacceptable, so that's actually not going to work. Well, it sounded good. I'm suddenly not seeing... Oh, 10. Okay. Fine. I see how it's going to be. Well, so that's something I'm going to have to kind of engineer together. Which sounds less interesting to watch than trying to get the right horse. So let's go play with horses instead. But the larger point there, I guess, is just that I've been expanding the basement. I'm going to have storage down there, obviously. You saw the crates, I suppose. And... well, of course, they're kind of spaced out. I'm not using any trapped crates, chests. I should still have a hell of a lot of room. Like the ceiling in there was it 4? I think it was 4. Maybe it seems like it was 4. Hang on. I'm trying to remember exactly how many cinder blocks I saw on the wall. Yeah, 4. So, in filling up all of the whole thing with these things, I can actually triple how many I have. In fact, technically in this level I could probably even quadruple it just by taking out those which don't matter much to anyone. And having these things just open into the ceiling where you can't really see that happen. It is not a huge priority. And then... oh, it's hard to guess. Hang on. Let me just go down and find out. One, 2, 3, 4 again, so... that's, oh, yeah, because the stairs actually match up. That wasn't all that easy to do. Well, it was easy, but as far as mathing it, because these stairs cut through a double floor, so it's not quite as simple as just saying I had this many stairs and it'll work, because you'll end up with a weird ceiling thing if it's exactly the same. Alright, horses. I don't want to have wasted this egg, so give me something I want. I can get my pigs back. Although, my supply-demand ratio on pigs is kind of in favor of not bothering. And that's just what I actually have. Factor in what 64 raw pig things get me a pig egg, so I've gone through a few of those. And of course I'm completely full on chickens. I just haven't been liquidating those. Wait, what? You're not what I want. You're not what I want. You're almost what I want. What are you? Not quite. You look like an Arabian that's a baseball player with the socks, and I don't care. Okay, let's try again. Which probably should like oil this chair. I don't know what's up with it. I'm actually a little annoyed about this chair in a few ways. I've got this special, like big and tall chair. Which were, well, tall anyway, it's not really big. I've seen big, you know, fat people chairs. But this one is taller than a standard executive chair. If I have my feet flat on the floor and you know, my shins completely vertical and my knees aren't really lifting off the chair that hard, which is uncommon when you're at my height. If I go to a restaurant, I'm constantly having trouble getting my legs to actually fit under the tabletops. So yeah, it's this big, kind of relatively irreplaceable high-back leather executive chair thing, and which is good. I'm happy with that part of it. And then I got a couple of new cats, and we got a zombie in like 2003, I think, and she destroyed everything she touched for a while. So for like a decade there, I was just not, what are you, what are you, what are you, you're not actually black. Damn it. For a while I was just using whatever cheap, you know, folding chairs or whatever. But then she calmed down, and I finally gave in and got a chair that I would actually miss if a cat destroyed it. And that worked out for a couple of years. And then we ran into the problem with the zombie turning into cancer, and and then we don't have a cat, so we got Elle and Morty, who are, you know, represented over here somewhere also. And it was actually noisily raining out. I don't know if that's picking up. Not raining hard, just noisy. It's weird. Oh, so now we have these two new cats, which, Elle for sure is still too skittish to let you actually clip her nails. So she's constantly scratching everything. Stairs. Some things she's allowed, you know, even meant to scratch. These little scratchy post thingies all over the house. But then there's my chair, which is, you know, looking more and more like it's fish netting at this point. They're just destroying it, climbing up the side. That Morty in particular likes to sit on the headrest, which is hilarious because she normally sits there, but then she's behind me, and she'll lean in and actually like bite at the back of my skull, untangling my hair, because my hair is curly-ish and long-ish, yeah. Probably like 18 inches long. Well, maybe a couple of feet if I pull on it so it's not so curly. And her mission is to make sure anything that contains hair, any mammal in the house, is, you know, is perfectly soft hair that she's licked all over hell. But before she can do that, she has to actually get the knots out, which, that's fine, I can't do it. I haven't been able to brush my hair in a while. Really thinking of getting it cut, but now it's raining, which means it's cold. It's like 60 degrees out there in August, which I find unpleasant. I really want a black horse, though. Ah, nuts. Okay, that, you were half right, I think. This really may take a while. So first, it wasn't just 2 minutes of collecting wheat. And second, I'm not sure it was less than half an hour of killing the wrong type of horse. I mean, how many are there? I've already seen some repeat, too, so... Shut up. So anyway, I've got this chair that's turned into a scratching post and also apparently squeaks. The squeaking is the worst part because if I'm sitting in the chair, I don't really have to look at it. They're at least not scratching up the part I'm literally... What are you? I'll take it. You... I don't care. No! Just... I've already hit him, so I don't want to keep him around. You get to stay. I need stuff if I'm going to make this work. Oh, do I have... I probably threw them all away. Unless I threw them in here because they were just in my... Yes, I did. Good. Let's go... Yeah, fine. That one's fine. Let's go make you mine. I'm out of name tags, aren't I? I could probably just buy one. Cool. And then, let's actually... I don't have anything really to tie you onto. I mean, there's these, but I was thinking more over there. Have a... Oh, you can do this though, right? Let me have this. Just stay here for a sec. Go. Oh wait, I have wood. This is going to be easy. Hang on. I just need that. And then potentially a nap because guess what time it is. I'm trying to decide now if I want this or if I want dark. I don't care. What I'm thinking is I could probably have a post. I don't care, just right here is fine. And then find a place over here. Probably take a nap before the zombies occur. Where can I put this that isn't going to be ugly? I don't know. I don't want to be too far from the door because it defeats the purpose, but I also don't want to have something hideous. Can I put these on lights? Cool. Don't know if I want to, but that's good to know. Well, a horse... do horses... They must eat grass, right? I think they do. Do I want it eating my grass? Well, there's only one of them. Let's... I don't want it there because my egg is there. Let's do this for now. Maybe that'll work or not, I don't know. And then we'll... go... and just hook you up right here for a sec. probably get you some, like, diamond armor, too. I know that Chester has it. But first I want... I don't know how much a name... Do I have a name tag? Do I... I'm convinced that I used my last one to name a, you know, slug. Yeah, I don't have it. Let me go see who has one. How much is that? Whoa, what are you? That figures. I know you've got everything open. 21, are you insane? What do you want? I guess they're just 21. Yeah. Okay, fine. And I don't really care. I guess if I'm gonna stick to my trait of naming things after animals I've already had, and understand this was not my fault. I didn't get a, you know, hatchling horse and give it a name. It just already knew its name and someone had named it in midnight because that's the law. So there, my horse. Let's go see what Chester wants. I've got, well, actually I'm over time. Because nothing's ever easy. Now I haven't got a horse down here. You know, I might not hate it if horses were like dogs and cats, that if you didn't have them sitting down, they would teleport to come to you if you needed them. There should be a way to whistle for them and make that happen. It'll probably happen eventually. A lot of things I've wanted in this game have happened. Like that I've mentioned I wanted. I mentioned that it being essentially Animal Crossing in 3D, there should be, you know, bones in the ground, fossils. Yeah, and then we got those recently. A cube of diamond I should have. Yeah. So let's go grab that real quick and I'll get this guy. Because he's going to run into so many problems when he's just stuck to, whatever he's stuck to there. Post. I still don't know what those things are. Hitching post, is that it? Is that what it is? Sounds right. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So I don't live in 1885. I have in fact had a DeLorean break down on me, but it wasn't then. It was more 1986, actually. Go. Yeah, if you're wondering it. DeLoreans did have mechanical issues. Specifically, the damned alternator was just not what you would expect out of a car. Let alone, well, yeah, it was a sports car. It was a 5-speed rear-engine 2-seater, so technically, on the other hand, it had like 130 horses. I mean, seriously, a modern minivan could probably beat it. Well, if there is a modern minivan, they're all SUVs now, but you get my point. Oh, wait a minute. Where are you? Come here. There. I have stairs, and you are protected. Right? Alright, so let's test drive my horse. For better or worse, I don't think this is the fastest horse I've ever been on. But then, on a map like this, I don't think it needs to be terribly fast. I think it needs to not go off the edge. Alright, and then I suppose... now, if I do another horse, I'll just be tempted to tie one on each end and have nowhere to park the one. I'd have to let the other one go. So let's re-pigify. Re-suify? Because pigs are the suidae. I don't care. Anyway, out of time. But, yeah, so I've been developing a basement, and I now have a horse that I have no use. It'll probably just... I could ride it back and forth because it is marginally faster than walking, but I don't think it's a large concern. Okay. So I've got you. It keeps looking at me. Can't actually read its name because it's, again, tall. No, actually the one I had was probably taller than this. Because if my guy here is in fact 2 meters, yeah, this guy is actually about my height. A little thicker than I am. Of course there's armor. So, relatively, yeah. Yeah, my actual horse was probably another foot taller, maybe more. He was big. Not really the issue, you know? So, I'm gonna split and then work on whatever the hell I'm gonna do next. But there, we've got a horse. Got 3 horses, in fact. And those 2, I guess I could breed or something if I could. What do they breed with, like golden carrots or something? I have carrots and I have gold, so I can make that happen. But not right now, we're over time, so I'm out of here. So, I'll see you later. See if I can get this to happen. It's always cool looking. Horse! Alright, bye.